Hi guys, it's Heather from Knotty Wood Yarns. Today we're going to be talking about the crochet hook. We're going to be going through the basics of the anatomy of one, the different types that are available out on the market, and what they're used for. So stay tuned and we'll bring that to you. Okay, so first let's talk about the anatomy of a crochet hook. So here we have two crochet hooks, and I'm going to put one down for a moment so that we can just talk about the parts of it. First of all, it is a hook. You can see that it is hooked. The different parts would be, this is considered the head, and then down here, this is called the throat. And then we have here what is called the shank. This is the thumb grip, and then the rest of this is the handle. So those are the parts, not that you're really ever going to refer to them that often, but one thing that I wanted to let you guys know is that there are two different kinds of heads available out there. One is called a tapered head and one is called an inline head. And this one is an inline and this one is a tapered. The reason why it's tapered is that it has a thinner part on the throat, and this one doesn't. It stays the same size. So when you look at the sizing, there are usually three pieces of information that are on your hook for you to go by. There is usually, and again I'm talking US, there is usually on your hook a letter, anywhere from B to Q, and a number. This one has 10.5, and then it also has millimeters. So it has three different sizings on it. It's all the same size, but there are different ways of sizing that people use. So you have your letter, you have your number, and you have your millimeters. Okay guys, we've talked about the anatomy of crochet hook, and we have talked about size. So now let's go ahead and talk about the different materials that crochet hooks are available in on the market today. Here we have what are considered lace weight crochet hooks. They are made of steel. Most of your smaller crochet hooks are going to be made of steel for the strength of the metal. These are aluminum. You can find almost any size in aluminum. It's the most readily available material that you can find crochet hooks in. One of the reasons, and I'm going to show you, that you don't normally want to buy a crochet hook this thin in aluminum is because they bend and can even break. Now, normally when you're crocheting, you're not going to be pulling that hard on your work, but it is a possibility. If you look at the steel hooks, they do not bend at all. I can't even make that bend. So that's why they are thin. This is a size B. It's very narrow. It's only 2.25 millimeters to be made in an aluminum hook. These guys right here are wood. You have bamboo crochet hooks that are on the market, and then you have these type of wood specialty hooks that you can get either at your local yarn store or online. This one right here is a Caspian from, the wood is called Caspian from Knit Picks, and then these two are Knitter's Pride hooks. One thing I do have to say, the Knitter's Pride hooks actually are marked with their size. I hope you can see that. They're, this one is a size I, this one is a size G. This guy is not marked, so you would have to have a hook gauge in order to remember, if you had a full set of these, know what size you had. Another type of material that you can find hooks in are plastic or rubber. This one is kind of a combination of both. It is a plastic and rubber handle. These are called ergonomic needles, or I'm sorry, ergonomic hooks. And this is, the tip is made of steel, and then the body is made of that material. This is marked with a 1.5 down here. These are usually, Addy is a German company, so I wonder if that's why it just has the 1.5 on it. So those are the types. You can also get them, there are a couple of extra or additional ones. You can buy crochet hooks in glass. I don't have one to show you, but if you have a chance to use one, you should take anybody up on it, because you never know, you might really like the way that feels. I will say that I have used glass knitting needles. They're very slippery. They're way more slippery than metal is, so be careful on that front. Knitting needle or crochet hooks are also available in packs in aluminum and wood. You can buy sets in the specialty woods at yarn shops or online. You can get bamboo in your local craft store, aluminum in your local craft store. You can get your lace net, your lace size, your lace hooks in sets as well. But this is a good example of one. You have size F through K all in the same pack, so you're pretty well covered for most of your projects that you would want to do for scarves or gloves or anything of that nature. So you have those. So those are the different types of materials that are available out there. Let's talk about some of the different types of crochet hooks. We have, of course, your basic crochet hook, which all of these are considered. These guys are your basic crochet hooks. They are all of your lace weight all the way up to size Q are basic crochet hooks if they are in this form. If they are wood or metal or any type of metal for that matter. These are called ergonomic hooks. They are beneficial to your wrist and your hand, so when you are working with it, it is less tiresome and less of a hardship on your body when you are holding something this large as opposed to something this thin. So you want to possibly take that into consideration. I know as I get older, I bought this specifically because I was doing some lace work and my hands are starting to really need that additional thing to hold as opposed to a thinner one. You have also on the market are these what are called Tunisian crochet hooks or Afghan hooks. They do go by two different names. They are longer. They are usually have a stopper on the back, although they do make them with a hook on each end. I don't have one of those with me, but this is a sample of what they do look like. Put one down. If you look at them, they are much longer than your traditional or basic crochet hook. The reason for that is Tunisian crochet is different than your basic crochet or your basic lace in that you usually keep a whole bunch of stitches on your hook at the same time. So you put them on and then you take them all off. So you need the ability to hold many more stitches, whereas in your regular crochet hook, you're usually only holding at the most, I think I've only held up to 6 stitches on one at one time. And most of the time I'd have to say I usually only go up to about 4. So that is an Afghan hook. And then the last type of, it's not really a crochet hook, and I don't have a sample of this, it's called a nook. A nook is shaped like a crochet hook, and I'll use this. It's shaped like a crochet hook. It does have a hook on the front, but at the back end, it has a hole. It is short and fat, and if I can find a picture of one, I'll go ahead and insert that here so that you can see it. I don't know anything about nooking, so I can't tell you exactly what they're used for, but I think it might be a combination of crochet and it looks like knitting. I'm not sure, but I know the yarn goes through that hole at the back. So those are the types of hooks that you can get. I think that's pretty much it as far as the types of hooks that are available. We've gone over the anatomy of the crochet hook. We've gone over the sizing of crochet hooks. We've gone over the materials you can find your crochet hooks in, and then the types of crochet hooks. If you have any additional questions, make sure you put them down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer those. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see future videos, and we will see you again soon.